Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. Today we're going to be checking out Michelangelo's workshop, which is also known as Michelangelo's sign shop. This is an unmarked location on the southern end of the New Vegas Strip. This location was recommended to me by Vic Round Cricket, who wanted me to cover the remaining locations on the New Vegas Strip. A long time ago I covered all of the casinos, so we're going to be checking out the remaining buildings now, which leads us to Michelangelo's workshop. Now, obviously, as you might imagine, the owner of Michelangelo's workshop takes his artist's name from the real-life Michelangelo, who kind of serves as his inspiration. Of course, Michelangelo is a very famous Italian sculptor, painter, architect, and even poet who lived during the late 1400s into the 1500s. He lived to 88 years old, which is quite remarkable considering he was alive in the 15th century. Really wild. But of course, the Michelangelo in New Vegas is only an alias. His real name is Sheldon Weintraub, who used to be a resident of Vault 21 before it was opened to the rest of the world by Mr. House. His sister, Sarah Weintraub, is the one who runs the Vault 21 hotel and casino. So some interesting tidbits about this rather inconspicuous workshop. Now, there is a fun quest with Michelangelo where he'll send you to different parts of the Mojave Wasteland to take pictures of different signs in order to give him inspiration for his artwork. Also, this museum is based on the real-life Neon Museum located in Las Vegas. So, like many other places in Fallout, it's a real place in real life. Also, I want to point out that AI can just be really funny to watch sometimes. In the beginning of this video, if you saw, this AI was just walking all over the place, going back and forth. Of course, it's supposed to simulate actual people, but they move constantly, so it looks natural. But if you just stare at one location, then it doesn't look natural anymore. Upon entering the workshop, you're going to notice a lot of machinery along with a large central room. Of course, they're developing very large neon signs here. In this room, we can find some machinery and an electrical switch that doesn't do anything. However, there's an electrical switch behind that switch that actually turns on the lights. And I was really surprised that this did anything and that Obsidian would even program it. It just seems very niche and very out of the way, but pretty interesting. Up here we can find Kate, who has some interesting dialogue about what Michelangelo does.
He's the reason the strip shines like a star at night. Mike's imagined and built every sign, billboard, and light you'll see around here.
But after that, she no longer wanted to talk to me. Over here we can find a very large coffee sign that says like a cup of joe or something like that. Then we have a large central elevator, obviously used to get on the same level of some of the signs they're making. And over here we can find some old signs, probably made during the pre-war era. Maybe they're using them for inspiration or using them for parts. Or maybe they're using them to learn more about the signs. I imagine a lot of this art has been lost over the last 200 years. Inside of the back room, we can find a schematic for a billboard. However, in Fallout New Vegas, there's no crafting, and the schematic actually has no real value. Besides, it's just kind of a cool thing to have, and it's worth 50 caps. In here, we have a painting that is a picture of Tenpenny Tower from Fallout 3. I just thought I'd point it out. There's that picture riddled all over New Vegas, so you can try and find it if you are ever in an area with a lot of pictures, like on the Strip. And unfortunately, Michelangelo does not have much to say after you've completed his quest. He just kind of is a very awkward person, as you can see here. Then on the terminal, though, we can find some interesting conversations between him and his sister, talking about their lives in Mr. House. So an email from his sister reads, "What's shaking, my cool bro? You'll be happy to know that our vault is packed and coasting along. Even with those legionaries' bad news, we still get plenty of NCR squares down here. They are all chirpy and don't appear to mind that Caesar is cruising for a bruising all over the place. Maybe the NCR is stronger than we thought, huh? Don't know. You think we can trust them over Mr. House? I still feel all clutched over what he did to our home. I mean, yeah, it is good that we got to keep part of our vault, but I can't shake the thought that one of these days he'll just push me out into the open. Once he does not need us anymore. I tell you, we should never have accepted his challenge. That shuckster cheated us, I am sure. Anyway, you've heard all of that before, and I just want to bring you a smile. Cheer up, Buttercup. I miss you, Sarah. And then the message to his sister reads, Hey, little sis, how are you holding up? I miss you so much, Sarah. This place makes me want to run back to our home every single day. I just had to write you so that I could feel a bit warmer. The warehouse's cold air weighs on me as heavily as the concrete that Mr. House dumped in our vault. Damned be his soul. Yeah, I imagine that you did not expect that outburst from your cool bro, but I am reaching the end of the corridor here. Emptiness is my muse. Doubt is my only mistress. Everything that once inspired my art slowly drifts back into nothingness, into an unfathomable void, where neither I find light nor its radiance searches for the spring of my soul. Bah, don't I sound pathetic? I do not wish to worry you, little sis. I just wish that I could be there with you, right now. Perhaps once I find my strength again, once I finish the latest suggestion for Mr. House, I'll venture into the strip and visit you. My thoughts are with you, hot-headed roadster. So as we can see, for a lot of people on this strip, there's a lot of discontent with what Mr. House has done and his way of governing, because he has absolute power and who knows what he really wants. So that can end up scaring people. I also wanted to point out that most people in the nuclear apocalypse would probably not know or care for who Michelangelo is, right? Obviously, though, if you lived in the vaults, you received a proper education, kind of based on the American education system, and therefore Sheldon and his sister Sarah are probably very knowledgeable on a lot of past events. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Unexplored Mojave. If you have any recommendations for a future video, please post them in the comment section below, and as always, until next time.